This is supposed to be here, and this should be here. That's not how it is then. What happens? I just mistakenly pressed the green screen option and I don't know what it is or how to remove it. Wow. Okay, it would show my hand completely, but it didn't show what's at the background, so I think that is a good fit. But I don't need a green screen right now. So how do I remove it? So let's just check through the options and okay, I think I've seen some images I can use as my background. So let's just play with it a little bit, at least until I have someone watching. So I can see pictures of cars and that is all I have right now. There's no there's no single plain picture here. So how do I choose? And even if I put it in none, it still shows the same results. Perhaps it's currently in none, so I'll try choosing one and see if it changes. Alright, so it actually changes, and this is my hand. So this is how a green screen works. So if this car was not here, then I guess to just show only my hand because there's nothing on the background actually. How do I remove the green screen? Alright, so that is it. So it's over 6 minutes and I haven't gotten a single person watching. Wow, I think YouTube got harder. When I started going live for the first time, I used to have at least 300 views on my live at once, at least. There was a time it happened, and looking back at that time and what I'm getting now as my result is it's very different, because right now I have just me watching the live, but well, it's been long since I did one of these, so I think this is the result I should be expecting, but I never expected it though. So about my future projects, I have a lot to do. I actually have a lot to do, and I should be doing one of those right now. But compared to my main videos, this, I think the should I say the view or the camera quality in my life it's not better. It feels warm, but not better than using the natural light size from the sun, because I actually do my videos outside, and yeah, it's much better than this. This is no natural lighting at all. It's all artificial light. So I think that's why these colors are kind of different and they feel different. Although my camera is not the best, but it does better than this. Or I think it should. It should do better than this. So I'm just going to wait around until it's 1, 2, 3 persons, and I'll talk about what I'm actually here to talk about and my upcoming videos. So it's been 9 minutes has passed so far, and there's nobody watching my live. And I think it's because of the other platforms. Yeah, I do think that's the reason. Because, like I said, did my life, when I went live months ago, these platforms were not as popular as they were back then. So YouTube was more entertaining, and most people spend their time on YouTube live. But right now it's different. We have just few persons on YouTube live, especially the live aspects. But it's still good though. I think I can do this for 10 more minutes, I think, and see what the results would be like. So this is just because I have no actual thing I'm doing right now. There's nothing I'm actually doing, so I can actually spend my time here. Hello and welcome to my life. So I've been here for 10 minutes or thereabouts, and I finally got my first viewer. Feels it kind I think it feels nostalgic in a way, because when I started YouTube it was just one person, and then there were two. So now I have two persons watching my life. I do not, maybe I know them, maybe I know those two persons, and maybe I don't. But I think I just learned a little bit about patience, because 10 minutes ago it was just me, and it feels like it's just me again. But 10 minutes ago I was the only one watching, just doing this, and now there are two other persons that are also engaged. So I want to talk about my future project. For my future project, and it started with this car. It's kind of broken right now, but it started with this car. And yeah, this is what the controller or the first, this is what the steering to it, just normal mechanism. I think normal, right? So it used to be around here in the front. But the car got damaged, and well, I was going to fix it later on, but I think it served its purpose and it served well. So moving forward to my order or my next project, I'm thinking about doing a face review on my channel, and I've done one of those in the past where I did um a voice review, because when I said my channel it was just videos. I just made videos, I uploaded and I posted. Sorry, I made the videos, I edited and I posted them. But this time around, okay, the last time I did a voice review of what my voice sounded like in my channel, and that video got just 13 views. Usually I average around 500 to 400 views per video, but that particular video got around 13 views. And I was like, wow, so people do not want to see this kind of thing or this kind of content. So moving forward, I've been thinking about rather doing a face review, but I don't think that would be a good idea, because a face review might be too much. I mean, why not just do what I usually do, but this time I'll be adding my face to the video. And I have a plan actually. I I want to start adding my face to my videos, so it will have more feel to it, because I want to be behind camera. As much as I make these things, I want to show how I feel, because I think facial expressions give more to details than just making these things. So the plan is to, yes, like I said, the plan is to start using my face to make, like, I should start doing a normal video instead of faceless, because my channel has been faceless for a while, for like 2 years, or has it been 3 years now? And I want to start using my face, like doing my videos and giving actual reactions, because I think that would drive more engagement to my channel. And there's one thing I've actually noticed in my channel. Well, it's not the same on my TikTok account, but here on YouTube, I struggle with comments and likes. That is something I have noticed. It's kind of hard. I don't know if it's hard, but I usually get low like and comments. Although some of my videos still perform well, but not as much as the amount of subscribers I have right now. So it feels like I have more subscribers but less views. And I think that is partially my fault, because when I started, I referred my friends, and yeah, those kind of persons were my first subscribers. So they subscribed because they knew me, and that was it. So I don't know how I would try to do that, but I have to think about a way to start getting more engagement, not just viewers, but engagement, like building a community, because I think that would be a next, like a very big step, based on the aspects I'm taking my channel to. And I haven't really thought about, like, if anyone should ask me why evolution, why did he choose the name evolution, I would say I don't know. There was no deep thought about it, but it was the first name that, or the first word that came to my head when, or while I was creating the channel. It was the first word that came into my head, and ever since then it's been evolution. So I just left it that way, and I later found out that the word evolution it wasn't a bad word. It was actually meaningful in the kind of content I make, though it doesn't have much meaning. Like, I mean, evolution simply, like, it's more related to the biological parts of life than the technological parts. But evolution is the evolution, changes, constant. There are constant changes. So I used these two cars in my last video. These were the two cars I used in my last video, and I was expecting that particular video to do very well, but it didn't go as planned. But yeah, this is the car, and I said a lot in that video compared to the ones I've done in the past. So it was this against this, and off the record, off the video particularly, this car is very much faster than this one. Although this is supposed to go faster, but turns out that the power from the output from the battery to the remote control module was not enough to make this motor spin fast enough, or to make the car faster, in simpler words. So yeah, this was faster, way more faster than this one. And when, like, it's small, it's lighter, I think it's lighter. Yeah, it's like 1/4 of the weight of this, and this car was supposed to go, like I said, very much faster. And as you can see, this was the kind of turning system I used. This is a gear motor. It's N50, I think. I don't know the actual name, but I think it's N50. It's very, very powerful when it comes to gear reduction. Like, when it's actually spinning, I can't even stop it with my hand. And yeah, it's very powerful. So the car turned slowly because of the turning system. The car turned slowly, but I was glad, or I'm glad it performed till the end of the video, because that was the actual point of the whole thing. Will it survive? Because the materials I used in this was plain cardboard, and I added some reinforcements here to make it stronger. So this particular design was not what I was going for. I was going for something like a, let's say, Dodge, or something more aggressive, but this was all I could come up with, because actually used ChatGTP for that video. Like, the whole of the video, the intro, yeah, I used ChatGPT for the intro, the outro, the songs I used. Well, the one ChatGPT provided wasn't. I really wasn't feeling it that much, so I used my own songs that I got from the YouTube library, audio library, and down to the time lapse and everything. I used ChatGPT to do that, and the video turned out well, but I still have a small channel. My channel is a small channel, so it struggles to get that much engagement, and compared to how I used to make videos. So let's just say I used to average around um 1,000 views as of last year rather. I used to average around 1,000 views on my videos, and on my shorts I used to get around 2.5k views and around 3k. Then we get up to 8,000 views. But last year, after I got monetized, I was demonetized because I didn't meet up to some criteria from YouTube. And during that time, I I relapsed, I fell back, and I stopped making videos for a while. So that's reduced a lot from my traffic. But while all this was happening, I was still getting views from my old videos, and that encouraged me enough to keep on going. So hello, I just like I said, I struggle a lot with comments and like. So if you're watching this video, can you just drop a comment like hi, or if there's anything you want to talk about? Yeah, I think this is the time for us to do that. So you're not going to be seeing my face in this video, this particular video, but in my next video, this is a live actually. So in my next video, I'll be using my face. Like I said earlier, I'll be using my face to do my videos, and that is, I consider that to be a very big step, and it's the next step actually. It's a big step, but it's the next step. And okay, they just took the light. So to get this back on. Alright. So this is, I actually ordered some lights coming in, and they'll be here by next week. And that's when I plan on making the videos I plan to make. Alright, so this lighting is not enough, but I hope it's efficient. So why I don't usually do my videos into indoors is because of the noise. Yeah, noise is one thing, because I live in a house that I don't live alone. I live with my parents and my siblings, so it's always noisy. I don't have my own place, so it's always distracting, very very much distracting. Like like right now, I'm trying to concentrate on my video, but there are other voices. So this is one of the reasons I don't do my videos indoors, and even when I do, so that is one of the reasons I don't upload too much or as much as I should. And yeah, hello. If you're watching, can you leave a comment? This is the first time I'm actually doing stuff like this. I mean, talking about anything. I have gone live before in this channel, but I haven't done anything, let's say, interactive. I just like, okay, this is car Harvey. I'll just play around with them, and that will be the life I do. But this time I'm trying to do something different. I'm growing. Yeah, that's the word for it. I think I'm growing. So this car was in one of my videos. This I actually got this from Timu, the online shopping app, and it was efficient. The car was, I mean, the parts were sturdy. It feels a little bit shaky right now, but when I did the video, it was actually good. And I mean, Timu is you can trust them if you want. But I've been using their platform or their shop for a while, and they deliver just like you expect any other online shop to do. So I don't really have much to play around with so right now, and I'm actually looking for, okay, so when I made this video, I was torn between which kind of gear system I should be using, because I tried 3 different steps. I tried using the motor directly with just one gear, and it didn't work. Then I tried using this and this and this, and it was fast, but there was no torque in it. So I wasn't producing enough torque to make the car move, because this car is actually heavy. And then I skipped these parts and this gear system. So I got plastic gears from Timo, the same time I got this car, and ever since then using them. I've been using them to make my videos. And this inside this bag, I also got this motor and two others as well. And I've used one recently. Alright, so this is everything inside the bag. I think there are around 30 something pieces. So yeah, there are around 50 pieces. This fan also came from there, and this motor, as well as this one, and this one also came from this pack. So there are different kinds of gear here, and I don't really understand most of them. I haven't really understood most of them, but this is supposed to be for this gear. This is supposed to be for this gear. Okay, this is for this, and this fan. Yeah, I'll call it a fan. Hey, thanks for the like. I'll call this a fan because I've been using this for a while to keep myself cold, or should I say, yeah, I've been used to keep myself cool because I live in a very hot environment. I mean, I'm an African. I based in Nigeria, and Nigeria is kind of hot. 80% of the time, Nigeria is hot. So there are also tires inside this pack. This particular tire was gotten from my old RC car, and as you can see, it also looks like this one. But this particular RC car was more premium when it comes to quality. It felt more premium in quality than the RC car here. So I'm going to look for that other one and show you what it looks like. Alright, I think I found it. So alright, so here is it. This is the car. And I got this for around, let's say in dollars, it was around $15 when I got it, but now it's kind of more, it's more than that right now. So this is the car I've been using, or I've been using the electronics in this car for a while. I've been using the electronics in this car. It actually got me a lot of views, and I think that's why I do what I do. I buy these things and then use them to get views and likes and stuff. So the controller here, the RC here, this remote controller, this board is actually from this car. And unlike this one, this car uses a rechargeable battery. It actually uses a rechargeable battery. And even if there is a case, this is what the bottom part looks like. And then their tires. So this car was actually, it still looks sporty, and I think I can still fix it over time. But I'm actually getting new ones, so what's the point of fixing? And now I think about it, I think I had options to change the tire to either this color or the ash. But the difference is that this, you can see the hole here, it's actually not the same. This one is kind of wider than this one. This is fit, it fits right in, it shouldn't be moving. So I've used this particular car. I've used this one to make lots of other videos in the past. I've used it to make a fire truck that's actually a water truck. Oh yeah, a fire truck, that's what it's called. That actually pours water, or actually produce yeah, I made a little tank in it, and when I press the remote, water will pour out from the tank just like a fire truck would, and I use it for a video. And yeah, I've used it for other videos also. I mean, it serves its purpose respectfully. And as you can see, the bottom part of the car looks a lot like this one. The boots have the same feel, but there's something you should pay attention attention to there are springs here that a normal AA battery should use. This is 1.5 volts, 1.5 volts, 1.5. That is a total of 4.5 volts is what this one uses. It doesn't have those springs on it. It's just plain because it uses a rechargeable battery. And yeah, there are still 1.5 volts and the rest volts. It doesn't use that kind of battery. It actually uses a rechargeable battery, and that rechargeable battery produces around um it produces around 3.9 volts in battery. Like in volts it was around 3.9, and in amps it was 7 amps or 5 amps thereabouts. So this car was faster than this one. It had more electronics. It had, I mean, the headlights here, if you look where you see the spots or the hole where light used to be, I took that apart also. And this one doesn't, it's just plain. And when I uploaded, when I posted this particular car on TikTok, I got the reply, a comment that actually made me realize the kind of car it was. So looking at it, before now, I just looked at it like any other car. But after that moment, after reading the comments, it was clear that this car looks like a BMW. And I think it looks like the M4 competition. There's blue, there's black, there's no red. Okay, this is the red. so so this is what the car actually looks like. And this, I don't know what this is supposed to be or feel like. So the light I'm using here, the light by my right was actually handmade. This is a ring light, but this light here, this light, the one you can see here, is actually handmade. I bought the LEDs from Timu the same time I got this. Actually got a lot of things from them, and I'm glad I did that. And right now I'm torn between two decisions. Should I get a better camera or should I get more equipment? I mean, this camera has served for almost 2 years or over 2 years, around 2 years though. But I think it needs more. The low lightning like it doesn't have anything about when it talks about low lightning, there's nothing. And okay, it's not on camera, but there's this remote and there's RC written on it. This is the tiniest remote I've seen or I've owned. And when this light doesn't go on, I think it will if there was battery on it. So this remote is actually for my RC helicopter. Let me get it. It's kind of far, but I think I can reach for it. Okay, so this is the helicopter, and yeah, as you can guess, I got it the same time with this car and also this car right here. So it's small, it's lightweight, and it works, or it used to work. This is the power button, and when I turn it on, there's a light here. So if you can see that particular movement, it actually went on. It's on right now, but there's not enough power to keep it on. So I got this for around, let's see, $6 or around $7. Yeah, and it's been with me for over 4 months or 3 months. This is the remote control for it, and it worked really well. I also use it in my video, not the way it was intended to be used, but it didn't do enough. To be honest, it didn't do enough. I expected it to do more, to last longer, but inside the gears inside there, sir, There are gears inside there, and inside there, one of the gears were worn out because the rotor from the helicopter was very fast, so it was moving too fast, and sometimes it would move out of the gear system, so that really messed up the helicopter, and it no longer works or work the way it's supposed to do. And if I turn it on, that's all it can do. That is do. So I got more things, and like I said, what happens next? So that's the caption I use for this. This is for wires. This is for wires that I'll be using in my in my next videos rather. And I also use them here in this build. Although I didn't show while I was in them, I didn't put on camera, but as you can see, I use these things to hold my wires instead of using my tape. So it actually was better. It was actually better than using tapes because, but one disadvantage of using this stuff, this heat rubber stuff, is that while you're using it, you cannot, when it's done. Like, the only way to get it out is by cutting this and then bringing out the wire again, just like a normal wire should be. But if you use a tape, you can just wrap it around, and when you want it off, you can just lose it. So there are still other tires here from this same stuff. There are other tires here, and this particular fan I've used it in my own videos. I made this myself compared to this one. This one was bought from this set, but this was handmade. This is supposed you can find this particular stuff inside your DVD player. I think it's one of the key features in your DVD, and I got it from an old DVD player. And this was gotten from a hand fan that got bad, so I just cut it off and then used a lighter to melt them and fold them, to heat them up and fold them. So there are still other tires here. So I think I got at least 4 kinds of tires from this set. These are 3 of them. Okay, there were 3 kinds of tires in this set, and these are the 3 kinds inside. And like I said, there are still parts of this setup that I don't understand, because why would they have, I mean, what does this do? What does it do? This should go with the rubber band. It's clear it should go with the rubber band. I'm trying to make it focus. Right, this should go with the rubber band, but this other side, I mean, there's a gear system here, and there's also a part for rubber band. Okay, I think I've figured it out. So you can use this and then use something like this also, while increasing the speed from this. Yeah, something like that. So that is here, and let me see if there's anything else to talk about here. All right, my camera. So I got 2 of these. Also the same day I got these ones and most of the rest. I actually got 2 of these cameras. So it's called the Wi-Fi camera, video Wi-Fi camera. So this is what the box feels like or looks like. Not so much here, but let's see what's actually inside. So this is what the camera looks like, and I've used it just once in my video. I used it just once, and yeah, this is camera. So in the pack, there's no name for it. Like, it didn't give any name. just Wi-Fi camera. But while I connected to the app I connected to show that it was the A9 camera. I think, if I still remember it right, that the name of the camera was A9, and this is what it looks like. It's just a tiny thing inside. So I think I'll be taking it apart to show you what it looks like on the inside. And then there's this. I think the smallest one should be the best fit. Alright, so I'll turn it on first without. Okay, so just, you can see the light. So right now it's on. And why the first week I used this camera, I was only using the um I was only connecting it to through Wi-Fi and hotspots, and my data had to be on. So after that first week, there was one time I did not have data on my phone, and I wanted to use this camera. So I just tried, and I saw an option called AP, and I was kind of like, what does AP mean? And I checked through ChatGTP, and then I got the meaning of the AP. It meant that, I don't know the full meaning of the AP, the word AP, but what it meant was that you can connect this camera via Wi-Fi alone. I mean, this camera is just like a hotspot on its own, and when you on your Wi-Fi on your phone, you can see this camera's hotspot. That is the name on your phone, and then you can directly connect to it. So let's take it apart and see what's inside. Right. So this TV is kind of messy right now, but I do not want to lose any nuts or any screws. So I'll put it right back in there. And this is what you have inside the box. Just a LiPo battery. Let's see. So we have a 150 amps or watts LiPo. Okay, it's lithium ion, not a LiPo battery. Okay, lithium polymer ion battery. This is spelled wrongly. Oh, this is pronounced wrong. It's supposed to be lithium polymer battery. Lithium ion polymer, I don't know. But they wrote polymer lithium ion battery. And it's from China. It's very clear it's from China. The box, yeah, there are things UK, Europe, but I'm sure it's from China. So let's open it up. This is what the camera looks like. Just this tiny stuff here. This is the camera, and it's not the best. It's not the best. It's let's say around 220p. If that's the, I think basic resolution at 220p, and this camera is around 220p in resolution. But I used it once in my video because I got what I needed from it. This is the kind of camera you see in some Instagram videos where they show unexpected things. This is the kind of camera, the quality of this camera is the kind you get from this kind of videos. But it was, well, it's still going to be needful. But one thing I assure you is that it works, and it works well. You can use it to, let's say, get a live feed. It might be a little bit slow, like if this is the camera and this is the live feed, this can go like this before it goes like this. But your suspects might be a step faster than you, but you actually get them and you actually see what they're doing. So yeah, thanks for the like. So this is what I got, and I got two of them. I can't find the second. Okay, I think I have. Alright, it's not the one I was looking for. So I got two of this camera, one in white and one in black. And one thing I noticed something was actually sketchy about these cameras, and that's the fact that the two were not the same price. They were not tagged at the same price. One was actually more expensive than the other, and I think the other, the black one, was more expensive. And the reason for that is that I got them from two different shops from Timo. While one shop was more expensive, the other was cheaper. And I wasn't expecting that because let's just see, I wanted two cameras. Yes, I wanted two cameras, but um I wanted two cameras, but I was thinking one would be better than the other. So I got them from two different places with different names actually. They had different names in the websites. Sorry, not website, in the store. They had different names, but they're actually the same thing. When they arrived, I was looking at the same pack, two of the same pack, and I was confused. I was like, did they give me these two by choice or yeah, something like that? Guys, I can't fix it back. It's okay. I cannot. Okay, this part is in there. What? Okay. Alright, so this is it, and this is the camera. It's actually a good camera for the price. It's actually good for the price because seeing a good camera for this price range, it's not possible in the world we live in today. So let me just fix it back. Is it even okay? Ah, right. Right, so I'm just going to fix it back. Then I'm going to show you one of the other things I got. Right, so this is it then. Turning it off is also easy. You just have to hold the power button. Okay, there are modes in this camera. If you press here and hold it for long, it starts recording on its own. Via when there's a memory card inside here. So I'm going to turn it off right now. Holding the power button and it's off. So inside the pack, I got this stand. It's small. At the back of this camera, this front part, there's a magnet. So it actually magnets with this. But there's something I was worried about, or I'm still worried about actually. If this is going to stay this way, I don't think, or maybe there's a gum. Let me see. I'm guessing there's supposed to be a gum here. Wow, there's no gum. Okay, there's a glue. I think there's a gum here because that's the only way it's going to work. Because you can't just keep this like this and then bend it to any direction you want because this is actually bendable. So you can't just bend it this way and then snap it. It's actually going to fall, and that is not ideal. So when you take the gum off, then you can just snap it somewhere, and you can get live feed a little bit slow. I won't call that live feed because it's not happening at once. It's kind of, let's say, a second backward, and I think that's where frames per second come in. And I think this records at, let's say, my phone records at 30 frames per second. I think this will record around 5 frames or 10 frames per second. Yeah, that should be it. So I'm going to put it back here, and inside the case you also have this charging cable. It's a type C, and yeah, this is all we have inside this. And yeah, I hope I'm going to be using this in the future. And if I'm going to be doing that, I'm not going to be using it with this case. Like the video I use it for, I didn't use it to the case. I actually took it off the case, and just the motherboard and the battery was strapped on top this car. I placed it on top this car. It wasn't looking this way because this looks weird very much. looks disturbing this way. So what I did was I removed the motherboard and it was just one small piece. So I just placed it on top of this car. And I also placed one on top this other car. And when I did the race, it was actually good. It looked cool. But the live feed was something else. So this is one of the cameras I got. And this is another one. It said HD video camera and infrared night vision. I got this for around $15 or $20. I can't remember, but it was around $20 or so. It's a HD camera according to the company or to the box. So I haven't opened it. I didn't open it through the top. I did it this way. So inside the box we have the manual, and these guys had a lot to say about this camera. I mean, who even reads a manual these days? I think a manual should just be a page where they show just two pictures and then write a few words. And most of those words they use in manuals these days are actually, should I say, easy to remember. So instead of just having this with the manual, I think you should know by yourself or on your own that you shouldn't connect it and use, you shouldn't bend cables, and those are the kind of things you find in manuals like this, and short circuit them, and yeah, those kind of stuff. So this is the camera. It's the HD camera. I think there's also a magnet here. I haven't tried checking it out before. Okay, yes, it's there's a magnet there. So I haven't opened this one. I haven't tried opening it because I haven't used it. But when I did, it did not work. So you can see the setup in this one is quite different. There are force, and I don't know if this has sensors or night vision, I don't know. But this, you find this kind of sensors and night vision cameras most of the time. So this one has a smaller lens, but I think this feels more premium by hand. And I also think it's also made from China with tariffs. Alright, so this is what the camera looks like. And this is the power button, on, off. I need to get a new camera. And then this is for the memory card. This is to video. This is to save, yeah, stuff like that. And this side, you have the option for night vision. This switch to night vision. This is a TF card spot. This is to reset the mic. This is the mic. This is for the mic, and this spot here is actually for resetting the camera on its own. So that is all the camera had. I think this is also mic. Oh no, these are where lights used to shine from. Thinking about it right now, I'll come to think of it, I think this is a good time to see what it looks like on the inside. So I'll just go to turn it on first, and it's on. So there are blue lights there, meaning it's on, and there's a red light. So when I this is not the Wi-Fi camera, and that is something I should point out. I haven't tried using it with Wi-Fi before, so I'm not really sure it's not the Wi-Fi camera, but I'm 80% or let's say 70% sure it's not the Wi-Fi camera. And when I used it with a memory card and I inserted that memory card inside my phone back, I could not see anything from this camera. Like it was as if nothing was even recorded. There was no existence of me doing a recording with the camera. So I think this is a good time to see what it looks like. Yeah, I said that before. So guys, it's been a long time since I did a live video, but I'm getting more comfortable with it right now. And I would say that is, yeah, it makes it feel more durable. I just hope I'll be able to close this back when or after I'm done opening it. But if it's too hard to open, then I won't force it because I would not want to break this right now. So let's just try. It's not working. It's not working. Shit. So since it's not opening, then I guess I'll have to force my way through it. I'm just going to close it back with the screws. So guys, thank you for the like. I've just gotten only 2 likes yet, but I'm grateful because I don't usually get likes at all. And yeah, I don't think there's any comments here because I cannot see any comments. They said, welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide to our community guidelines. Is there anything I'm not doing? Because I cannot see the comments. If there are comments, I don't see anything on my screen, just what I'm recording right now or what I'm videoing. So for my next video, I'm just going to drop a hint of what it's going to be about. I'm going to make an airplane, not the typical ones you see every day, not the ones with styrofoams and the rest. I'm thinking about making an airplane, like the paper ones you usually do by yourself. I've done that in the past in one of my videos. I just made an airplane and I uploaded it. It's flopped. It didn't get the kind of engagement I was expecting it to get. But this time I'm going to do the same kind of airplane, but I'm just going to make it motorized. I also have a tiny I also have tiny motors that I've used in my videos. A very tiny cordless motor that I got, and I have 2 of them. It's going to be difficult to find it right now, but I'm just going to check around if I would see it. So it appears it is nowhere to be found. Alright, so let's this is not a motor, but compared to this is like the length of what the motor and this motor used to be I don't know about now, but I think it lost something very dear to it, and I haven't been using it for a while, so I think it's affected the productivity of the motor. So I'm still using my left hand to find I'm still using my left hand to find the motor. Alright, I've seen it. This is it. Alright, so this darts motor I was talking about, it's tiny, as you can see. This is what a small motor looks like, and this is what a tiny motor looks like. And I'm going to be using this in my next video. Like, there will be the jets, and this will be at the front with blades on it. So I also have a tiny battery, and that's gotten from my AirPod. So this AirPod actually has a big battery, but the battery from one of the AirPods itself, it's this is what it looks like. The battery from one of the AirPods, and I used this. It's low right now. I think it's run out of juice. So this is going to be what is in the plane I'm going to make, and it's light, so I don't think it's going to be a problem flying compared to this one. I mean, there's no way, unless the plane I'm going to be making will be very very big. Aside from that, I don't think this would actually work in a plane because it's heavy, and to make this spin fast you'd have at least, let's say, um you'd have at least um around 3 volts of let's say 3.9 volts, a 3.9 volt battery, like something. Oh shit. So be using something like this as the battery to make this work, and the battery of this battery is much more heavier than this motor itself, so it's going to be a lot of problem, and it won't be able to fly if I use that as a battery. So like I said at the beginning, I made the light as my right hand. Yes, this is my right hand. You might be seeing it as your left. I don't know, but this is my right, and the light at my right was handmade, so that's why it went off. I stumbled upon something, and yeah, I actually shook it and it went off. So this is what is going to be in the plane. Two lights, actually two lights. I mean, this is it, and let's say this is a normal DC motor, and placing this on top here, you can see the weight, where the weight is here. But okay, this is what it looks like normally, and placing this, it doesn't even move. So let's see. You see, so it's actually going to be a good video, and I've actually talked to Chat about it because that's where my videos are heading into. I have shared my plans with ChatGPT, and it has given me a script of how I'm going to make that video work. And yeah, my videos are kind of different from most DIY videos because I don't I don't think creativity should be more of just showing what you can do. I think it should be more than that. I think it should be about storytelling. How, how, how. And that's the question I always ask myself, how and why. Because there has to be a reason for you to do some stuff. I don't just, okay, I cannot just say like, I can't just be like, I have made this and I'm just going to make this and post. No, I don't think that way. Or if I make a helicopter, something like this, I make a helicopter or something like this, and I'll just be like, I made a helicopter and I'll post. Yeah, that can be the title of that video, but it's not just going to be about me making a helicopter. It's going to be more about why I made that helicopter and how I made it. And most times it's going to be what happened while I was making that helicopter. So I think that's where my video is heading to. It's not just about how I made things or how to make things. There has to be a reason for why you're making those things. And the video I'm talking about, that is the next video I'm going to be doing, will be more about why and how. So the story behind that video, or the video I'm going to be doing, the story behind it is very touching. Can't think about it. It's reminded me of my childhood, or it's reminded me of my childhood, and I would feel, or I would love to take something from my childhood and recreate it. I mean, I would love to bring something that way, that's much to life. And I know most people have this nostalgia feelings when it comes to seeing things you used to see when you were a child or when you were little. So yeah, that is what that video is going to be doing. It's going to be centered about why I made that and how it made me feel while I was a kid. So I just lost something. Shit. This is okay. Reason for that video. Just tiny things, but they're not too tiny. Come to think of it. I mean, they're not bigger. Tiny, big. Yeah. So I also got these packs. Yeah, I've shown two of these in the camera. I also got I also got these packs the same day I got most of my other tools, and they've been efficient. Yeah, they've been very efficient because these things were just lying around everywhere. My tools were just everywhere. When I want to make a video, I would have to search and search and search and clear a lot of things before I can find what I need to make my video. But right now, I know where I can. I mean, I still have to find them, They are not too big, so I still have to find them. But I know, just me looking at one of them, I know I've seen what I want. So yeah, they are very handy. I also got them from Timo. So I think I've said a lot about what I want to be doing now. I mean, talking about growth, talking about changes. Well, I don't think they are changes. I just think they are steps. I don't think steps and changes are the same thing. So yeah, they are steps. And so far, I've taken a lot of steps towards the future of evolution or the channel I own. And as consistent and efficient as I want to be in the next month, because when I was getting close to monetization, I used to make at least 2 videos a week, and let's say 3 shots in a month. But then I stopped. I actually stopped because I there was a time I couldn't get enough resources. I wasn't getting enough resources and yeah, stuff like that. So I actually stopped making videos, and now I'm going to be doing that again. I just hope I'm not too late, because most people say like, I've been doing this and it's not working. So most people stop, quit, and then they find it hard when they want to do that same thing again. So I just hope I haven't taken too long to get back on track. Yeah, that's good. So until I get, okay, I haven't talked about why this camera didn't work. I put a SD card on it, and when I checked, when I rechecked it back to my phone, there was no video on it. And yeah, this is the code. Actually looks fancy. This camera actually feels premium. Yeah, by the look of it. And I just think I'm going to be doing a review on this camera. Maybe when I get the laptop, because this cable is supposed to be for a laptop. You connect it through, connect it here, and the other part is supposed to be through a laptop. And I think it can be used for a live feed cam also. Like people that you do live on, let's say, Zoom meeting call, a Google Meet call, yeah, stuff like that. I think this camera would be very good for those kind of setups, but it wouldn't work with your smartphone. It's not a smartphone camera, or it's not the kind of camera you use with your smartphone. Yeah, so I'm going to put it back. Just yeah, that's one part, and then shit. Okay, okay. All right, so this is it. So it's showing in my screen right now that actually spent an hour in my life, and I don't know if I should continue. I don't. I should keep on going, but I'm supposed to be seeing messages, but I cannot see any message. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm not seeing any message. And let's see what this does. Highlight saved to remember. I don't know what I just at this one video. Let me see this video highlights. Alright. So I think I can even turn on my camera, my lights from my phone. I'm actually looking for an option where I can see chats. There's a plus here. I think that's to add people to the live, but I'm not going to be doing that right now. So guys, I've said a lot about future plans, and I think it's time I start packing these things up. I would have loved to use a sound, or to add a sound to this video right now, or to this live you're watching. But the last time I did something like that, I got a copyright violation because I use sounds. And when that video was saved, they sent me a message. YouTube sent me a message that, hey, these sounds you're using are against our copyright stuff, blah blah blah. And I had to take that video down. Oh, I think I had to mute it. But so instead of doing that right now, I'm just ah, I'm just going to do it without sound. So like I said, I'm just when I finish packing this up, I'm going to talk about a message I got from YouTube. Alright. Sorry, I was distracted just a minute ago. My mom needed something from me, and yeah, I was distracted. So recently, about 2 days ago or thereabouts, I got a message from YouTube. I opened my email and I saw a message from YouTube, and it said that I was eligible for the Player for Education program. I think that's what it was called, Player for Education program. And I wasn't sure if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but it looked good because according to my research about it, because after I got the message, I didn't just agree to the term. I went back to online sources and I researched about what it meant, and I found out that it was actually a good thing because it's kind of rare. I don't know which. I think I know the particular video that made me get that recommendation, but it wasn't. I wasn't expecting anything like that, but I got in, and I also discovered that the chances of getting into the Life Education program was very slim. So I'm glad I was accepted, although I didn't apply for it, but I got it either way. So I'm glad, and it's actually more ways, like it's one of the ways or other ways you can earn from YouTube, and I'm glad I was accepted. So guys, well, I'm seeing just 3 persons are watching, so it will be very much appreciative if you guys like this video, even if what I'm saying is nonsense, even if it's crap, even if it doesn't make sense at all. I think, yeah, just do what you want to do. That's what life is all about, right? It's about doing what you can do, and yeah, what do I know about life? So I'm just packing all this up, and I want to leave space for the other things to show, or the other things to come in. It's actually very hot here because the doors are closed and also the window is closed, just to avoid distraction. And there are some things you cannot avoid in life, especially things like this. So I'm going to be doing this. I might be doing this again tomorrow. Well, there's no particular subject or any particular thing I'll be talking about, but I think I'll be doing life again tomorrow, just to save face. It shouldn't be like I'm no longer on YouTube. I'm still on YouTube, and I'm still going to be making videos, although I'm waiting for my recorder, my mic, and when it comes I'll get fully back with it. So this will not be the setup I'll be using for my main video, because this place is actually dark and this is not natural light at all. This is all artificial lights, so it's hard for my camera. I don't know if my camera is very bad with, I think it's very bad with artificial lightning. So I'll be doing it outdoors. I usually do my other videos, but when it comes to the part where I show my face, I think I'll be doing that indoors. But it won't be with this setup. There's actually a chair here where I'll just turn the camera to face me, and then I'll make the video. So until then, you guys can anticipate what I look like Well, I won't say I don't know I don't know what to say, but yeah, just anticipate. What do you think? Or what do you think I look like? Do I look or do I sound like a teenager or a youth, an adult, a child? Yeah, that's up to you to decide. When I started, most people, I don't know if it's most people, but I think there was someone in my comments. There was someone that commented that, well, something about gear. I mean, it was kind of a praise, but the praise ended with girl. And I was like, do this person actually think I'm a girl? I mean, the hands of a guy, I think. Yeah, I'm sure I have the hands of a guy. But back then, I did not used to use my voice. I just make the videos. I don't show my face. I don't say anything. I only use sounds. And I was actually good with those sounds because I listen to a lot of music. So I know the kind of sound that make people feel connected, emotional sounds, yeah, stuff like that. So I actually use sounds that connect. So looking at these two cars, you can see the difference in size, in length, and I want to get a new car, but I don't know if it's going to be this way or it's going to be like this. So this is supposed to be around the 140 something scale. I don't know the scales of these cars, but yeah, I think that is something I have to figure out because I want to get new cars, and those cars will be drift cars with controllers that are not basic, because these two cars have the same controller. Like, they actually have the same kind of controllers, and those controllers can be used to control one another. Like, if this one is on and this one is also on, then when you control the cars, when you move the remote, they are going to move the same, they're going to move the same way, the same direction, and that is not a good thing. I mean, if I'm doing a speed competition, it should be good. But what if this guy is going left on his own and this one is going right? How do you connect? How do you correct the course? Do you just turn left, and when you go left, this one is still going left, and then you turn right? I mean, it's confusing. So I have to. Well, they're not the same remotes. Like, when it comes to the build quality, I prefer the controller of this one. This controller for this car, but I prefer the controller of this one because it's more solid, and even the feel, like when you hold it, you know it's different. So there's no remote in this now. I think it would be heavier if there was. And the light is not coming up, so that's also a sign. So I'm going to get more cars, and I'm also going to be making more cars. I also have a video, or I also have a plan on making a video about gear motors. So I have two. All right, here it is. So this particular motor right here, I've talked about it before. It's very strong. Sorry, it's very strong, very durable and stuff. But I have two of them, and I want to make a video compare. Like, I want to be comparing them with the gears I have here. I'll be making my own gear system, and I won't be using. I will not be using this kind of battery, because this kind of battery is. This is a 1200 mAh, 3.7 volts. Yeah, I think it produces around 3 watts or around 5 watts. But this is not what I want, because this battery has literally disappointed me most times. It's fast, it's good, but not what I want, like I said. So I'll be using a high watt battery, a 9 volts high watt battery, and I'll be making my own gear system from scratch, just like the way I did this one, but I'm making it more complex. I'm making a more complex system, and we'll be doing a competition for which car is going to be either the slowest. We'll be doing a competition for the slowest among the two. That's this for this. Sorry, this motor and I'll be using it like this motor, or even if it's this basic one I'll be using. But I'm going to be in a competition between which car would go slower, and then most importantly, which can carry more weight, because that's the main point in making the video. I'm going to make them the same weight because I'll be having a scale. I'll be using a scale to measure their weights. So I'm going to bring which car carries more weight with it, like including its size. Or no, it won't be a matter of size, it'll be a matter of how much weight they can tow. And already I know this car has, or this motor has an advantage because it's lightweight, it has all the gears in it already, and it's this small. So all I have to do is just put the tire on it and it will move. But this one, on the other hand, it's heavy on its own, and adding gears would make it heavier, and the whole setup in general would make it heavier also. So I'm going to be using the same battery for the both of them. I'll be using the same battery for both of them, and the only difference would be the motors and the gear system. But when it comes to battery, the battery would be the same thing, and the output would be the same. The input would be the same, but the output will definitely not be the same. So yeah, I'll be making a video like that also, and yeah, I think I'll be doing that also. So this still works, but I don't think it works anymore, and I won't be making them remote controlled unless, no, I won't be making them remote controlled, but I'll make them in such a way that they can go both front and back. Yeah, I think that will be it. So thanks for watching, or thanks for joining my life. It's very hard, it's very complicated. What am I saying? It's very hard to get views on life. Personally, it's very hard, and I start for over 5 minutes, 10 minutes rather, waiting for just one person to join, and yeah, I have 5 persons. So thank you for watching. And yeah, I also have a TikTok account now. I opened the TikTok account recently, and I've been dumping my old videos there. The ones I usually post as shorts, as YouTube shorts, I've been putting them there, and the engagement has been quite expecting because I've found a way, or I've found a loophole of how I should navigate through social media, and yeah, it works. So I'm putting my videos there also on TikTok, and yeah, the engagement is good, and yeah, so I'll just keep on doing what I do, but in a more refined way this period, or this time around. I'm going for a more refined. Yeah, so that's what I have to say for now. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I think this is the end of the life for now. For now, bye.